This fellow here is Bill Mulrow. Mulrow, M-U-L-R-O-W, Mulrow. And these fellows, who did I point to? Philip, up here. This is Thomas, Doubting Thomas. John Hennessy. I believe he's an engineer. This man is in insurance business. Matthew. Ed Bergassi. The innkeeper up here is Al Luongo, who's part of the management of the museum. Simon the Zealot is Edward Lettieri. Frank Pellegrino is Bartholomew. John here is Patrick J. Cox. Christina Cox's son. Christ is a fiction. Judas is a fiction. James the Younger is John O'Connor.
Move a little closer.
This mystery gentleman is Thaddeus. And James, James rather, is myself. This is the younger, and I'm James, the older. This is a waitress who is also a fiction. And this is Gary Mancini, St. Andrew. And here we have Ed Lloyd, who's St. Peter. The children here are angelic in their way. They're taking up the linen. That's Vincent and Philip Lettieri. Vincent is also posed for this character here, and that's Isabel Gallo. Okay. Now what's happening here is Christ is dipping a little small piece of bread, probably matzahs of the Jewish tradition, and he's saying that whoever dips in the dish with me will betray me. And the others are confused about what's going on, especially the ones that are at the end of the table. So at the start, the ones that are close are asking, "Is it I, Lord?" You know. And then moments later he's saying, "Whoever dips in the dish with me, as Judas does, is the betrayer." Okay? The scene is set so that I made the light on the table very bright. I try to keep as much dinnerware off the table, not to complicate the picture. And then I have this here like eerie light coming from above, and the posts seem to create a feeling of this here cruciform form is sort of a foreboding of what's to come. Okay, and I've used the lines of perspective to bring us right to Christ here. And even though he's not at the center, he appears to be. It's very easy for an artist to center things, which makes them sort of static looking, but he's not in the center. Okay? Any questions?
Who's got a question?
I have a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
The concept of the morsel and the dipping of the bread, is that from Scripture? I don't.
Yes.
It is?
Yep.
Okay. That's funny, because I don't recognize
Which
that.
gospel is that?
Yep.
Is that Matthew?
Well, it's you know, you have to read all the 4 Gospels to get a little bit of the story from each. Here, you can read them here. Let me see if I can find which one it is that says that. Oh, it's from Matthew. Now, when evening arrived, he reclined at table with the 12 disciples. And while they were eating, he said, "Amen, I say to you, one of you will betray me." And being very much saddened, they began to say, "Is it I, Lord?" But he answered and said, He who dips his hand into the dish with me, he will betray me. The Son of Man indeed goes his way, as is written of him. But woe to the man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It were better for that man if he had not been born. And Judas, who betrayed him, answered and said, Is it I, Rabbi? He said to him, Thou hast said it. Verbatim. Now the other Gospels don't contradict anything. They just have another angle of the story.
I have a question.
Okay? Oh, Mike, how are you?
Congratulations.